Okay, so let's have a look at how it's shaking out at the moment. Belgium are guaranteed by the UK. Luxembourg are as well. So we can't actually get into France without being at war with the Allies, which kind of sucks. So, invite to faction for them. No. Alright, let's jump on to Switzerland. Turn them on. Can deal with the resistance occupation because there's a little bit of Yugoslavia that we're holding. We have done 90%, so they might want to hand this stuff over. I think it automatically goes back to them because it's a civil war. Montenegro. Alright, now it's going to be over 50%, so we didn't quite get it done before the Chinese United Front formed. They want to send expeditionaries, we'll say no for now. So what are we looking for? Montenegro. Ask for control of Montenegro. They have accepted. Alright, so the other one was Macedonia. Ask for control of Macedonia. Looks like they will say yes. Alright, so that should deal with most resource issues, particularly this one. Get a little more... Can't do it from there, obviously. Romania. Always do it for ones that don't have convoy need if you can. And then tungsten is just not coming through from Portugal because of France. Could ask for some from the Raj, but let's just leave that as it is. It's about to cancel anyway because it'll be at war. And coming through here. They, unfortunately, are trying to get through this way because they don't realise they're there for Switzerland. So let's turn these off for now. Alright, so what we could actually do, I guess. Shorten this by one. Interwar artillery. Right, 39. I mean, this is good to have, so we'll go ahead of time on that one. Treaty of the USSR is nearly done. Do the emergency factory conversion. This is where I think we're going to start actually knocking some of them out. Now, at this point, of course, you have to worry about the Soviets declaring on you in multiplayer, but they're not allowed, because by multiplayer rules, they'd have to do that as a focus, and it's very unlikely they've found a focus to give them that. And our tanks are starting to actually finish. Alright, with this one done, we'll go Molotov-Ribbentrop, and we'll talk about why soon. They accept, so get the reduced ahead of time penalty for the Panzerkampfwagen dry. Yeah, I could have waited for one of these, but we've got 540 days on the Leopard, or you could go into medium tanks. Most people prefer the medium. I like the Leopards for the extra speed that they have. So maximum speed 14 kph versus 8 is the only reason that I go for the Leopards. But of course that's not actually 14, you get up to about 18 I think. You've got the plus 10% with Guderian. We would add in Henschel, so they've nerfed this a bit. The max speed there is only a plus 5. And then we've got the extra attack and stuff from there. But you just stack all those speed things. And as soon as you get just a tiny break, France capitulate. Because at this point, they're still... Well, they actually do have war support, because they're in a defensive war. But yeah, it's still pretty easy to capitulate them early. And of course, we didn't actually do that. Alright. You know what, let's just go to war with the UK, because we're not actually playing this full campaign. We'll switch over to show how you can do messing around in Italy soon. But let's go jump on to the Netherlands. So you always want to do the Netherlands before you do Belgium, because Belgium can just stack everything on here, and even though you got 3 provinces to attack from, they'll put everything on that border. Whereas if you go this way, you can roll through, you can get in here pretty easily. By this point, Netherlands, if they're a human player, it's a bit harder, but you can see how easy they are at the moment here. And just to be ready, we will throw, is it Guderian in charge? Yeah, we'll throw Guderian down here. You should probably use your command power to do these sometimes as well. So extra defense for the panzers. And now that he is there, you can order them to auto-join that. At this point, they're going to be just over half strength. So I'll actually pop them out. And get, let's say, these two are the least useful. What is going on there? Missed something along the way. Okay. And the planes should still be following people around. So let's just go declare this war. It's just going to start the actual proper war, but France will be a separate thing. So call in our allies. Oh, even better. We can now invite Italy to the faction. So it's up to you whether, well, it depends on what Italy's up to. But yes, we will invite him to faction. And then we'll call him to arms. We'll just take over France really quickly here. So if you didn't see the other pop-up, they've joined the French alliance, not the Allies. But they are still in the war, so it's French alliance and them versus us. Modification of government. We are over the percentage now, so we can go for the war economy. And we are ready to declare war on Belgium. Chuck these guys over there. Netherlands have capitulated. Italy wants to send us pathetic lend-lease. Might as well declare war on Luxembourg as well. And what is our fleet doing out there? It's supposed to be around here, guys. Definitely want to hide them. Now, one of the fun things you can do is not take all of the French land, puppet France up here somewhere so they keep their fleet in the English Channel. Then you can try and get naval invasions done. Alright, so still running at multiplayer speed. And who is not turned on here? Right, let's chuck this guy in and move them through to wherever. Turn these guys on. They should be going down there if they can. Of course, the other thing we can do with him is give him his own commander. He can have Volta. And yeah, what was his name? We should be doing this. Alright, got Molotov-Ribbentrop. We'll go Operation Tannenbaum just to sweep out some of this stuff. Moscow signs the pact. Alright, so now we're safe from them for a little while. The question becomes, are they going to steal Eastern Poland from us? Alright, so we've got some infantry through. So we're going to send some there. The others will go this way. I think those guys will get there first. We'll see. If we had... There goes Belgium. If we had one of the tanks down here, we could do this even faster. Looks like they're all around the other edge, though. Alright, so he's into Paris. We'll just let him defend. Luxembourg have capitulated. France has capitulated. With the fall of Paris, all of Poland belongs to the Vaterland. Now, we will... Apparently Free France have automatically formed. Okay. Well, we've done pretty much everything. We are going to take all of the Netherlands. We're going to take all of Yugoslavia. I mean, we could let them have bits. So let's actually look at resources down here. That's the one we keep. That's the one they can have. They can have Serbia, which is worth a lot of points. These ones here are all resources, so we'll keep them. Czechoslovakia is going to be ours. Free France. Could satellite bits and pieces. First thing we're going to do is take the lands that we want. We want Pas-de-Calais. Normandy will leave for them. Going to make sure that Italy aren't allowed to grab anything on their border, or in here, or along the rest of the coast. And then Puppet gives them Normandy and centre. Alright, they're going to have a bit of a problem with that. If we give up the Rhone, then we're allowed to do this. We could have just not bothered calling Italy in. But end our turn there. They take Corsica and bits of Africa, so that's all good. Alright, and then we grab... We can get... No, can't get everything. Give up Auvergne. Alright, so we'll take them. End the turn there. We will pass. Take them. And then just start worrying about all the other little bits around the place. Gabon, Madagascar, Lebanon, Damascus. All stuff we don't particularly care about, unless you want to do an invasion of the US as soon as multiplayer rules allow. But that we're all good. And then Yugoslavia, nobody else has grabbed this, so might as well take it for ourselves. Done. Alright, so we own that. Unfortunately, they didn't get to come in. We've bypassed the fate of Yugoslavia. The first Ljubljana award. We are doing Operation Tannenbaum. We'll be ready decent time from now. Now, free military factories means we've already got 50 on there. So we'll take the infantry equipment up, and then want to boost the rest of these up to 20. But it'll start from there. And then you can start, you know, building up your air force or whatever at this point. But deal with these guys. And then you'd split people off and start defending the coastline properly and all the rest of it. Of course, that's Vichy France. I was thinking that was a naval invasion. But Vichy France have 45 boats. So the Italians, yeah, probably shouldn't have been called in. He's got a few ground forces left. He's got a few boats. So if you were to look out here, 40 English ships in here. So if the French came over, you could get them nicely grouped up. There's no option for that like there is with the armies, but yeah, so that's as far as I was going to take this one for now. So that is an opening that you can do as Germany, so it's not even the end of 37 yet. We've conquered most of Europe, and it's owned by us just because France didn't join the Allies. But yeah, that's not breaking any of the typical multiplayer rules, and that is what you can do as Germany in multiplayer to make everybody hate you and kick you out. So let's go take a look at Italy and what you can do as them. So if you've got somebody playing Germany like that, there are other trees that go through, puppeting Greece and all the rest, and because you're so strong at that point, Greece will accept if they're AI. So let's go, new one, Gathering Storm. This time, players Italia. Now I haven't done this as much as I've done the German thing, so I'll try and remember the way to do this. Basically, we're not going to join the Axis as Italy, so that can screw everyone up. If you get the German player to just dissolve the Axis as the first move, then you know, there's no multiplayer rules against that typically, but people will wonder what the hell's going on, probably kick you out. So you can keep the Axis, but just not have the Italian player join it. Alright, so usual research. We will again kick into the military factories, so highest percentages first. 60, 60, 60, 60. Alright, and then jump through the 50s. 20 there, yeah, might as well. Alright. Now we're going to do infantry equipment, a bit of support equipment, a bit of motorized before we do light tanks, but after we do support equipment. Want to finish off making the fleet. Now I can't remember who they actually joined, so let's put these together. It's one of these ones ends up being the main one. So they go in there. Air wings with no missions assigned. Okay, let's just grab the entire Air Force. So of course you get a couple of minutes at the start of a multiplayer campaign before you have to worry about it being unpaused. So bring all of them over. We're going to grab the entire army. Yeah, we'll leave them like that. So Giovanni Messi, so that's 21, 3, 4, that's 25 to there. Well, we'll do this. Oop. And tell them to just be super aggressive. Don't worry about the manpower too much. And then we'll make the other one with them. And everybody else who is unassigned will join the other army. Under our buddy Cavaliero. He'll jump on here, moving through this way. They'll be a little more cautious about it, keep them on balanced. And then national focuses. Alright. So you've got to try and remember. Have to win before we can get triumph in Africa. So we need to do that. And we're going to go through Italy first, and then the war with Greece, depending on what the German player is doing. So let's just pretend that we're not conspiring with anybody else at all. So we'll just look at what Italy would do to screw with multiplayer games. So yeah, because we can't do Triumph in Africa, we need to choose between army and navy. So you can do a lot of naval stuff as Italy, and if you are conspiring with Germany, you'll just focus on your navy. You can knock out every single naval thing and just build up your fleet while you're going. But for this one, we're going to go army primacy. Air wings, right, didn't actually turn them on, but they're moving through. So insufficient resources, yeah, oil from Soviets. And we'll want some chromium from the Soviets. And we might as well grab the rubber from France while we can. Alright, so let's assume our couple of minutes is up. Multiplier started. People will go on speed 4 for the first couple of years at least, usually. Until they see what you're doing and get crappy about it. Yeah, we want to keep an eye on these so that we can switch as soon as we can. So it's Commando Navale. Are they still, yeah, they're still coming in. So Commando Navale Ionio. We'll put Inio on there for now. And then the reason we need to do this quickly is so we don't have to keep regrouping everybody. Adriatico and Diratico. Okay, so they should be all good. If they do eventually finish, we could do Battleship 2. Let's just chuck in the subs. So at some point you want to do a little naval research, perhaps. Right, missing equipment reduction, the artillery. So what we're going to do here is go for Divisione di Fanteria. We'll just do whatever we're allowed to at the start. And pop them out near the French border, or somewhere in the middle. Get them to auto-join that. So you can micromanage this to end the war a lot quicker. But we'll just leave them to it. If you take a while, then people aren't too sure if you're actually good at the game or not, if Ethiopia takes you a long time. Of course, you've got to pretend you don't have Discord if you do have it. And ignore the chat thing a little. You pretend you're a new player or whatever and you're not sure what to do. Then they won't get too angry about the focuses that you're taking. But we do want to get Triumph in Africa, hopefully before the end of this 41 days that we've got here. Now, as far as basing goes, always forget what these ones are. Alright, Tuscany is a 10. So we'll navally base them over here, just so we can rush out over to France at some point if we need to. But again, depending on whether you've got Germany knowing what you're up to, it's whether you can participate against France at the same time they do. And whether you're going to join the Axis, or what we're going to do in this one is Italy first, so that we get Novus Imperium Romanum faction. Then people go, what, you're supposed to be playing historical, and you say, no, you didn't say that we can't use the focus tree. Alright, the Air Force, of course. I always forget about the Air Force. So, these guys need to be turned on. And they can just join the smaller army. It's not quite enough in there, but it should be fine. So, group them together. And we are actually making planes. We weren't as Germany. So, we'll knock these up to the 1,000. They're probably going to get destroyed faster than they're getting built anyway. Yeah, see, they're buggering off instead of coming down here. Alright, moving through pretty easily. One of these guys is heading towards the capital. Two of them, in fact. So I'll rush them over to Addis Ababa. I always say Adaba, sorry. Decisions available. Right, so not waste points on these. Not waste our time looking at them. Now we are at war, so what a lot of people do is wait until you got the political power. Hold off ending this war until you can get war economy. Not going to worry about that. Alright, so we're already looking like we should be able to take that off him. Get these guys failing into the mountains, but yeah, if you want to micro it, it's easy enough. But we do have 7 days. Might have to do another focus before this war's done. And we're going to try and support nationalist Spain during their civil war as well. Ships. Well, could just go through modernised artillery and then worry about the rest of this. Remilitarization of the Rhineland. Oh, they're playing a typical game. And you're saying way too long. So yeah, we'll do one more. Let's go modernise our artillery. Insufficient steel, interestingly enough. So we've got another 6 days, 5 days. So it might actually fall into them. Especially if we threw both the Mountaineers over here. We wouldn't have lost too much time. That'll be fun. And are they going to capitulate tonight? No. So it would have been perfect timing. I think we need to take this little province here. Harare. %. Yeah, so you have to take the city as well. Let's just chuck these guys onto it then. They have no organisation, so we could do it. Right, there you go. Alright, take all states. I've seen some people puppet Ethiopia instead, but we'll just go with that. Now, the armies throw the stronger guy onto the Yugoslav border, weaker guys onto the French border. Just tell them to auto-start. Now, don't need them. We do need some of this. So let's go from the Soviets. And what do we got? 8. Yeah, it's kind of slow trying to build stuff as Italy. So we're not actually making any planes yet. So you know what? Let's just turn that one off. So infantry equipment's good. Support equipment. Don't need much artillery. We're not producing it. 190 days and 1,000 days. So yeah, we do need a lot more support equipment. But we'll throw on the... It was artillery, wasn't it? Do them before tanks. Because Italian tanks, who particularly cares. Particularly because you have to change their thing around. The celery has cavalry and all the other junk. I guess we could mess with that now. Remove. Could leave in the motorized and then just keep adding tanks in. Light tank. Puts us on 10 widths. Go 12. Get up to there, and you know what? We will remove these. Because there's one more thing you'd have to produce. Alright, so now we're actually starting to get charged for it. Just go with that. Still saving 45. Which was a lie, but fine. So yeah, we could potentially start training some of them. And here's the Spanish Civil War. Okay. So we do need to go for Triumph in Africa, and then we need to have at least 2 divisions over here to do the other focus. So sending volunteers, 2 is our limit. So our best put in would be Alpine guys. Alpino Posteria and... What's this guy's actual name? Alpina or something. And who would be best for this? Promotion cost down, defense and logistics. Promotion costs. Alright, so we just go for Praska. I'll immediately come in here. Send volunteers. Sebastiano Visconti Praska. And, you know, Germany, as a player, probably will send things unless he is doing the blitz that we just did before. Alright, so up a little bit. What do we got? Soviets have sent 5. Germany has sent 2, and we have sent 2. Japan haven't sent anything. Alright, so that should be fine. The rest of these... Alright, he's in Eritrea. Let's actually put him up here. I want to deal with the Western Mediterranean, in case there's a French fleet in there that we can just take out a little. Alright, nearly modernised our artillery. So we'll go for Triumph in Africa. We'll immediately go to Sport Nationalist Spain. Then we'll do claims on Yugoslavia. Again, kind of depends on what Germany's doing. If they are a player. Alright, we've arrived in Leon. Pronto. So we'll just go help out from this side. Let them do their thing. And we have some unassigned divisions now, of course. Chuck them on this one. And auto-join the smaller. Put one of these over on the other border. Alright, now as far as governments go, let's just... Should we jump into war economy? Yeah, screw it. Worry about the other stuff later. And 2 research slots. So, concentrated industry with research. Not sure why I didn't do that at the start. Oops. Alright, so that's 70 days, I think. Yeah, that one's 30 days. So that's where you start getting thrown off from everyone else. It says Focus is finishing at the same time. I do wish they'd make some of these just different, 68 days or whatever, just so that things pop up at different times. Doing good in the south. Looks like they're pushing into Madrid. Don't actually want this war to end too quickly. Alright, after you've done that, we will come down this side. Just sort of build our way across there. So if you do rush through, you can actually screw with them by taking these 2 cities, then taking Madrid. And if you got a German player focusing on Catalonia, then you can force this war to end pretty quickly. Alright, 40 days will be, what's it, August. Well, nearly August, be the end of July. I did remember to end up turning these on, didn't I? Yeah, so they're all good. And it should be focusing reinforcements for most games. I won't worry about adding more of them yet. Not producing artillery yet. How many more are we going to need? 2 there, and then we'll start making artillery. So we're building up the motorized. Alright, you know what? Do the artillery... Well, artillery and tanks before motorized. Let's go with that. And I guess we could go for tanks. Better off having tank 2. So if we were to request a production license for Panzer 2s, they won't accept, but as a player, they probably would. And when do you do a multiplayer game without a German? Alright, the Germans are coming in there. Our mountaineers are coming down. So it doesn't matter if they do try to attack through this way, some Soviets in there as well. So a common multiplayer rule is no tanks in the Civil War, which I think is just ridiculous. Why would Germany not send tanks to help them out? Same with the Soviets, just do tank versus tank for all the volunteers. I think the reason they say that is because the Soviets could send 5 tank divisions and Germany can only send 2 if you don't rush. So what I didn't show is Germany doing that blitz start is that it's based on, I think it might be manpower in the field for how many divisions you're allowed to send. So you can actually send 6 divisions by this point in the game if you do what we did as Germany. Which does bring global tension up a little faster, but I mean, you do other things as Germany to bring that up. And how's the fleet going? One of the battleships will be done soon. Yeah, they're fine. Alright, we've pushed through. So, let's get to Murcia and Valencia, and we'll swing around and just attempt to rush over there. So, triumph in Africa. We need to support nationalist Spain before the war is won. So you can see they've got very few reinforcements to come down here. Hopefully they don't capitulate. Pretty sure we're only in Madrid. I don't think you actually have to take Barcelona. Alright, he's going to slow us down anyway. So we should have time to finish supporting nationalist Spain. And then you get to choose. I think we'll go for the Spanish-Italian alliance to influence their politics. Doesn't really matter until 1940 anyway. So you could just demand the Baleares if you want a tiny bit of extra land. But straight after that we're going to go claims on Yugoslavia. So we're not going to worry about the rest of this. We just have to do this because it has to be done during the Civil War while you have 2 divisions in there. And we have just lost this one. Nearly. Lucky they came through. Alright, got pushed back. That's fine. And, you know what? tidy this up a little. And there's the Olympics. Alright, Spanish troops can deal with the rest of that. We'll just jump over this way, since we have to take the town there anyway. Yeah, it's just all that junk that's available. I'm having a lot of trouble taking Madrid, which is a plains province, so it's surprising they can't do it easily. Alright, there goes them. Probably want to stand in Valencia. Alright, Madrid's taken. So let's slowly move towards Barcelona. And then, yeah, we'll go for claims on Yugoslavia. And tension's only at 5% because Germany's not doing much. Playing slow historical. Such a habit to pause the game. Strategic reasons to be friendly to Italy, it's only 10. Usually once you're at war with France, that'll swing a bit. Let's keep the pressure on him. They're sweeping up as well, that should be good. Now, research. For research speed. Unfulfilled oil. Well, excuse us, we also need a little more of this. Wonder why that's not getting through. Let's just cancel it from them. And we'll get it from... We could do the US, because we're not at war at the moment. And the -1, -1. You can just keep a bit of an eye on them. It's usually not worth worrying about that, because here's the shortage. It's going to be like 2%. Yeah, 1.6%. It's not worth the extra civilian factory, especially as Italy, where you only have 8 that are doing building. So you don't want to use another 2 to buy these off. Alright. German panzers in Madrid. And of course our tank divisions are terrible. That's... I can say that's fine, but it's probably not. What is their actual strength level? 13%. Yeah, might lose them if we have to attack here, but we'll keep them on there for now. The other thing is we'd want to get down here, so we'll pull these guys over before we declare any war down there. Turn that on. We'll leave them on the French border for now. So it looks like a normal campaign. Alright, probably want to keep an eye on these so they don't get too separated. So just keep dragging it back so they're forced into the same spot. Alright, we do want to win this, so we'll let him keep going. And we can modify the government. So, I can't remember, do we have... Can't remember what they're called, but no, we don't have one. Go for the war industrialist, but I think instead we're just going to go for... Oh god, he's only got a specialist level, so 5 and 10. Or go for defense. No. So let's grab infantry specialist. Italian leaders aren't as good as most other countries, but may as well use that one. Could have gone for closed economy instead, but you have to be at war for that, of course. So yeah, as soon as you declare war on somebody else, try to have the points to bump that up. A lot of French on our border. What are you saying? 2 weeks? I mean, he is weak as well as demoralised, disorganised. I wonder if they'll ever add a 3rd column. You know, have average strength, average organisation, and average morale, or something like that. So that morale and organisation are different categories. Because organisation is supposed to be for attacking and like reinforcement and stuff like that, whereas morale should be what makes them break out of battles. Lower the morale the further they run when they pull back or something like that. Would be interesting. Alright, nearly got claims on Yugoslavia. How fascist are they? 10%. Alright, Prince Paul, what are you going to say? And let's actually just get these guys over here now. Got another couple of days. Alright, claims in Yugoslavia done. We shall go Albanian occupation. Yugoslavia haven't replied yet. And no, it looked like we got surrounded there. Yep, it's not us though. That's his problem. But we did take that other snatch of land, so now they've taken the extra bit. Delete that and move this over to that one province. God damn it. Move this to this one province. Alright, they're supposed to be moving that way. And now they're both there, let's just run them over to Barcelona. So we'll be getting our division back soon anyway, so...
Pronto, signore.
Pronto. Bene. Alright, they might even not have that defended. Got one guy there with about half strength. There's only 3 in there. Alright, so once that's taken, Civil War will be over, and we've already made him happy with us, with the supporting them. So Albanian will befriend Bulgaria, and then we'll jump into Italy first. Just want the Albanians, so we can put an extra army over here if we want to. Now, how are we looking here? Yep, some of these have enough to finish. And I should probably think about the number here. So we need 4 plus 24. Well, we'll have 1 extra, that's fine. And they are auto-joining the right one. Yep, it's all set. Actually, we've got these 2 coming back, so we'll have 3 extra. And they have cut us off, the cheeky buggers. We're winning and losing simultaneously. Well, a lot of that is going to be... Yeah, that's a hassle. God damn it. Need the Spanish to attack the Spanish there. Or some German tanks up here would be helpful. Can't even just force him over there. Damn it. Alright. Give us a concentrated industry. That sucks. Already lost one of them. We shall join the Anti-Comintern Pact. It's guaranteed by Czechoslovakia. Yep. And we could go through that for 120 days, but I mean, depending on the multiplayer rules, usually it wouldn't be allowed. The hell, they look like Britain for a second there. Colour change through there. Alright, so we've lost our volunteers, so screw you, Spain, for not helping out with that. We only need to, I mean, we beat them. That's just because they were blocking, and because we didn't have supply there. So unfortunate. Could have done it more carefully. But what's 2 divisions, really? Spain will still win with Germany's help over there. We just take them a lot longer. And it's about to turn 1937. Japan are liaising. At the moment, Germany are doing Hermann Goering worker. Ooh, Soviets have started the purge. France is his defensive focus, industrial effort over there. And Streamlabs is crapped out at some point. It says it's trying to reconnect, but I don't think it is. Alright, what I'll do, I'll pause this now and I'll just go and sort this out, because we have to restart Streamlabs. Are you sure you want to exit this while live? Well, yes, because I'm not live. Thank you very much. Firstly,